league on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
It's the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears.
Coming up next.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from Chicago. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair and eccentricity that is...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, we're one snap in, and already this defense has potentially killed this opening drive. And remember how valuable every possession is in the NFL. Talk about setting an immediate tone by this defense.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again following the sack. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. A long-time standout, Calais Campbell there for the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this third down. Now Williams. Swift hauls it in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
On fourth down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
He's got Smith. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Opening carry for Devon Achane. Jukes one defender. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Waddle now in motion right. Tua off the play fake. He's got it! Looks like the feet are in bounds too! Oh, I don't believe it! Give him 32 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That was Montez Sweat who took him down. Now after that snap, there's an injured Dolphin still out there. So we're going to get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Putting the tight end in motion. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Tua now from the gun. He's on the move. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And he hits the deck after setting him up with first and goal. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And now they have a first and goal.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's second and goal.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going and get in position to swat it away. That is well done.
Tagovailoa off the play fake. This one's caught.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just fine.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. Achane goes up and over for the touchdown. The Dolphins have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Devon Achane with the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Sanders all set to send it away. Tyler Scott now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their second drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the 31. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now they have 3rd and short.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. It's only 2 on the pickup, and they remain 2 yards shy as it brings up 4th.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They'll take over here following that punt to end the first. Rolling out to his left. Gets out of trouble. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
2nd down carry for Achane. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Here's Tua. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Running with Achane out of the gun. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Escapes out to the left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Well, a couple things here, Kate. Either the play action pass needs to develop a lot quicker as this game goes on, or they need to put it on the shelf for a while. Far too slow on that snap, Didn't fool anybody defensively, and they get to him for the first sack of this game.
And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this third down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And great special teams execution on that punt. It's inside the 10, reaches the 8. The Bears about set for their next possession. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Running with Swift out of the gun. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Javon Holland there to make the stop. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Bears in possession. So now here's 3rd and 5. Williams from the gun. Connection made to the rookie from Washington. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. To throw is Williams. Has his man. It's Swift. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. He puts some air under this one, deep right. This is brought in at the 15. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears tie this game 7-7. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. D. Eskridge to return it. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. First and 10 now from the 30. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Hits his target, and that's Durham Smythe. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Tagovailoa again. Dumps it off to his running back. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. To the air yet again, Tagovailoa. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson has it. And the Bears make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being third down in the red zone. And that's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
1st and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. That brings us to halftime, and these teams locked up on the scoreboard. It's a 7-7 ball game. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. Washington now to return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Here comes the Miami offense for the opening possession of the third. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. First and 10 now from the 30. They've got a man in motion. Tagovailoa on first down. Taken in by Smith. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Has a man, it's Achane.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Second half begins with a run by Achane. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be first down, Miami.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa. He's got Smith. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 6 now. Able to find Achane. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
And they send a man in motion. 3rd and 2, now Tagovailoa. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch, just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. Achane goes up and over for the touchdown. The Dolphins take the lead right away in half number 2. Devon Achane with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Sanders all set to send it away. Scott now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, Williams has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Second and 3 now. Williams on the play action. Has his man, it's a Dunze. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down, Williams. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st down, ball at the 36. They run the counter with Swift. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, Williams. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Swift gets it on the option. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That's a short gain of 1. And that's a Chicago 1st down. They just get the play off. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Bears have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Off the play fake, Williams. Right side and in the hands of Allen. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Now Williams. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. This will be a 44-yard look. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Eskridge on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Tua now from the gun. Achane reels it in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
3rd down run from Achane. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Staying on the ground here with Achane. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 43. This finds Smith. On the move, past the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Achane. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They'll stick with Achane. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? He'll look to throw it. He's on the move. He's running for it. And this one doesn't go far. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jason Sanders. From the left hash, this is from 47. Tracking for it, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
Sanders all set to send it away. Scott now to return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. Ball at the 33 for first down. Setting up to pass. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it deep downfield. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
He's got him. That's Swift. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's second and goal. Here he is to throw. Getting out to his left. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the fourth. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Washington now to return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And nearly down to the opposing 40 before he gets out of bounds. Excellent return there.
It's moments like these I remember back to some of the great returners I got a chance to play with, and you could feel it. Before the kickoff even happened, you could feel their energy. They know the moment. They know the magnitude of the return, and that guy just captured all of it.
First and 10 from the 41. A-Chain on the inside give. And they get him down after a quality pickup to about the 36. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Motion man sent left. A-Chan again on 2nd. And this one does not go far. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Now with just 10 seconds left in our game, we've got a timeout. An entire game coming down to this try by Jason Sanders. This will be from 52 yards. It has enough leg, and it's good from deep. And that, folks, is your game winner.
That kick was a heck of a distance, but with the adrenaline that you know he had flowing through him in that moment, it helped give him all the drive he needed to send the game winner through.
Sanders all set to send it away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He's got it at the 30. And what a play. He scores. They get to the end zone on the final snap, and the huge moment wins them the game. For students of this incredible game, Brock, they'll know just how incredible a finish we all just witnessed. Very rarely does a game end on a walk-off touchdown, and even rarer does it happen on that type of home run play.
Yeah, these fans, they came here hoping for a good game, and they got a great one. They were all just treated to what you and I were treated to, one of the most memorable finishes we've ever called.
So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.